Hi, everybody. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble for this. It's not bullying or anything. But I just, I, I just wanted to share what I read today. It's completely horrible and sad. And um, so here's what there was a little back and forth in this comment section with this woman named, well, I'm not even going to say her name because I don't know if I'll just leave the names out of it. But anyhow, she said, please stop this insane. Please stop. It is insane claims such as yours, because she's speaking about my claim that Morgellons is nanotechnology. And she said it's claims such as yours with absolutely no evidence of that make it so hard for us who do suffer for Morgellons to be taken seriously by anyone. And I probably could have been a little bit nicer, but I just said, you obviously have a lot to learn about this disease. How long have you had it? And then she ripped into me. And but what she says is not funny. It's horrible. So she said Morgellons is nanotechnology. Over 9 years, she's had it. Over 9 years, and have had 6 surgeries from it. Oh my goodness. 6 surgeries. I've done a lot to get rid of this disease, but I have never done a surgery. Now, that's hardcore. I've done some hardcore things too. I've had ozone in a needle directly shot into my one of my sores, all of my sores, all over my face. It was the most painful thing. I would never do it again. It didn't work, but I did it for a while. And that was like torture. That was a moment of torture. But anyhow, we'll go back to this lady who had 6 surgeries from Morgellons, from trying to remove the Morgellons. So don't tell me what I need to learn. I've been dealing with it for almost a decade, and I have over 50 videos of fibers moving under microscope with wind guards up to prevent microcurrents of air affecting their motion. Also have over 30,000 pics of the dead scar tissue that my body pushes out. Hey, I get it, woman. I get it. I have many pictures as well, and I have much debris. And your body continuously pushes out this stuff. So yes, I completely believe her. I'm right there with her. Filled with fibers and biofilm that it poops out. And I'm not being hyperbolic with quantities. No, I understand, lady. I get it. No, I know you're not. Right now, I'm waiting to go to the surgeon to have another surgery. That'll be number 7 for her. Wow. The last one I had a year ago, the surgeon removed 2/3 of the skin covering my left cheek, all the way down to the fatty tissue, but they did not get it all, so it grew back with the scar tissue that grew back in place. So they did not get it all, so it grew back with scar tissue that grew back in its place. Oh my goodness. This disease is it just ravages you. It's absolute insanity that it can just, it is like cancer. It's horrible. So anyways, let's see here. Where was I? But they did not get it all, so it grew back with the scar tissue that grew back in its place. The Morgellons killed the skin graft that was in place. Killed the skin graft that was in place. I think probably what happened is the nanotechnology that she's denying is exists. It wove itself into that skin graft. That's what happened. This is a really important comment from somebody. This is a clue. I mean, if you take this, I totally believe what she's saying. And they gave her a skin graft, and the Morgellons, the nanowires, they intertwined into that, and they didn't kill it. They just merged with it. So then she gives me her 2 cents here that I will not read. So this woman right here, I love what she wrote, and I'm not going to say her name either, but she knows what's going on. So she replies to this woman, and she says, "I'm really saddened to hear your story, as am I. That is absolutely horrible. Please, if you are a Christian, please pray for this woman, because I don't even know how, I don't know. I over 9 years and now 7 surgeries. Doctors are making a ton off of her, which they made a ton off of me too. So, and they don't know. The doctors do not understand, because if the doctors knew, they might handle it differently. But they either don't know, or they know and they're just making money off of her. I don't know. I know my doctor didn't know. And so I can't say what's going on here, but a skin graft, my goodness. I'm really saddened to hear your story. I do not know which commenter, the other user, said that offended you, but I will tell you that this is in fact a form of biotechnology. It's partially living, partially artificially, genetically modified parasitic disease. Every building block of Lyme and Morgellons was deliberately created to create infectious process in the masses. Yes, indeed, Trish. From the GMO insects that are used to carry it, to the spirochetal bacteria themselves, and all the fibers that are made to replicate. Using our own body's epithelial cells and keratinocytes. The reason these say nanotechnology is because these are partially artificial life forms, which in fact live and thrive in a very particular process, feeding on electricity produced in the bodies and environment, as well as organic material in our bodies. The way they move and transport through the environment, seeming to attract to us from the air around us, is because they use electricity in the air. I know the stigma this disease creates, and that people using the terms such as nanotechnology and chemtrails does not make it easier to break the stigma and find treatment. But sadly, they are right. If you're open to a conversation about it without getting angry, I would love to help you. Trish, if you hear this, I would love to talk to you, because you absolutely know what's going on. Then she replies to this guy up here, which is talking about how he's given his 2 cents about how it doesn't have anything to do with nanotech. Or wait, is that him? No. Anyhow, she's talking to this guy who is misinformed as well. And she says, here it is. You have intentions of informing, but unfortunately, you are misinformed. As far as why this is considered nanotechnology is because it is. More specifically, it's nanobiotechnology. It's artificially created life that exists at the smallest scale. While some of the original conditions of Morgellons produced fibers that were very visible to the human eye, this in fact is not the case for most. And what they are witnessing is a fiber that has significantly grown. The smallest parts of these organisms require microscopic magnification. The reason for this technology is because it's designed to run on electricity. You see, they're making us into batteries, right? So it's designed to run on electricity in the environment and its hosts, as well as specific organics and chemicals in its hosts. Can we say, when she says specific organics, maybe she's talking about things like Bacillus subtilis and chemicals in its host? The way it even travels through the air is by riding electricity. As far as you thinking this is a fake misinformation designed to polarize the public, you are highly mistaken. Whether these fibers are actually in scams, I'm not going to say it, and Novid tests is to question. But the fact that these fibers have been in our air, dropped by chemtrails, our food supply, and even our clothing and such is very likely that these Novid materials as well, that they are in these Novid materials as well. You have a great mind and are intelligent in your response, but you slightly took a wrong turn. Coming from a Morgellons sufferer who spent my entire walking days researching this, vetting every single piece of information, and have used the scientific method to test every aspect of this disease, I will tell you it's very real. And this is, in fact, a living artificial parasitic disease. Please don't get angry. Just consider accepting my information. Take care. Trish, I couldn't have said it better. Very eloquent in the way that you responded to these people. I'm not as I'm not as good at that, but I have also what this woman doesn't understand is that I've had it for over 13 years, and yes, I have spent every waking ever since I got it. Ever since I got my first sores, I spent my life, the last 13 years of my life, trying to figure out what it was. And so it looks like Trish and I agree here. And I just wanted to read that to you because this is, first of all, because I think Trish's comments are extremely important for people to hear. And I think that her comment is also really important to hear because although she doesn't understand what it is, that's interesting about the skin graft. And this woman really needs prayer. I feel horrible for what she's going through right now. Many people are dealing with this on their own. They don't know what it is, and they just want it gone. Just get it out of me, off of me. Whatever it is, I don't care. Just get it off of me. And this woman is willing to go through 7 surgeries. I'm telling you, it is an absolute, it really is a nightmare. I use nightmare a lot. I understand that, but it is because you just want it gone. And I just feel really bad for this woman. And I hope that she comes to the truth. I hope that she stops spending money on surgeries that are obviously not working, and that she seeks Jesus and seeks for a way to deal with it because, I've done the same thing. I went just full bore on trying to get rid of it, and did so many therapies, and none of them worked, and it just left me penniless and with nothing, no better for it. Like I was like the woman who, with the issue of blood, who reached out for the hem of Jesus, because there was nothing left for me. I spent all my money and was none the better. So this woman is doing the same thing. She needs to reach out to the hem of his garment and come to the cross in humble repentance and just let him hold her. Let him pour out his love on her. That's what everybody with Morgellons needs, actually. And so anyways, I just wanted to show you that. And it's very sad. Please pray for I'm not going to say her name. Please pray for this woman. All right. Thanks, and have a good night.